Hi, this is Noah Rosenfield, and I'm demoing my Week 2 WhatsApp clone with an AI assistant. This application is built using React Native and deployed via Expo Go. We're using Firebase services for a bunch of things like user authentication and session management, real-time and persistent database storage, and cloud functions. And for our AI assistant, we're using OpenAI for our LLM, Pinecone database for RAG, and Langsmith and LangChain for multi-step tool chaining. I chose the busy parent persona, and to demo the associated features, we're going to do a little bit of party planning. So I've got George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson logged in across 3 IO simulators, and John Tyler logged in on my physical device, which I'm kind of mirroring very QuickTime. George is going to plan a party. He wants to invite these 3 people. So we're going to jump into chats and open up a new group chat. We're going to call this party at the White House. And we're going to add these members. So we're going to look up John. We can see we've got John Tyler that we want to add, John Adams that we want to add, and we need to look up Thomas Jefferson. There we go. All right, so we can create this chat. And let me jump back to our chat screen here. Okay, so no messages yet. And John Tyler, actually, what I'm going to do is to demonstrate push notifications, I'm actually going to quit out of Expo Go here, and we should see notifications coming in shortly. So George is going to kick this thing off. We'll say, hey guys, how's everything? And we can jump into, so there's our push notification for there. And we're seeing it come in on our simulators here and here. And I'm going to open up the header here for our group chat. So George can see that John Adams and Thomas Jefferson currently are online and active, and John Tyler is not. And we can see no one has actually read the message yet with our read receipts all above the actual message. The read receipt line, that is. So we're going to go ahead and have, I think this is John Adams here on number 2, come in. We can see he gets the update. His read receipt drops down. And as he starts typing, we're going to see a little icon in the bar here next to John Adams' name. So John is going to say, hey, George. And there you go. There's that little keyboard indicator there. Hey, George, doing well. What's new? And George is going to say that the weather's looking good. And George is going to suggest party at the White House. Who's in? Now, we're not going to get calendar extraction on this because this is just a little bit too vague. It needs a few more details in terms of time and a date to actually do real calendar extraction. But for RSVPs, this will work just fine. So we're going to go ahead and respond for John. John's going to say, I'll be there. And so at this point, just to demo how this works, now versus later, once we get more RSVPs, I'm going to open up the AI assistant and ask who is coming to the party tonight. So now, because we're doing this from inside this particular group chat, it's going to use that chat as the context for this request. And so we should see momentarily, it'll spit back that it knows that John Adams is coming to the party tonight. It's 100% confident, analyzed 5 messages, and it shows you the supporting evidence there. So now we can see that neither John Tyler nor Thomas Jefferson have even looked at these messages. So George is going to come over here. He's going to start a new direct conversation just with Jefferson. And he's going to say, hey, Thomas, did you see the invite? Send that off. And we should have a message from George here momentarily. Here we go. So we're going to jump in here and say, yes. And ask, are you coming to the party? It's an important question. And over here, we'll say, yes, count me in. All right. So now we're getting to the point where we've got multiple RSVPs happening in different conversations. And so now, if George jumps back over here, and actually, I think at this point, what we'll do as well, we're going to bring Thomas Jefferson over here. We get that read receipt update down here, and we're going to get a decline from Adams. So now, if I open up through the notification, I closed out the app, so it's going to ask me to log in first to open up the actual project. But even now, if I were to background this, say, and come here and then open up the notification, this should pull us straight into the thread there. And so now John Tyler is going to say, sorry guys, can't make it this time. All right. And while we're here, we're gonna actually have John Adams kind of take the lead on this. He's gonna be very excited, and so we're gonna give him a few more things to say. He can talk about that he's gonna bring some balloons and maybe a cake too. And we'll give him one more thing. Oh, some games. There we go. And we'll get a few more things going on over here. We'll have Jefferson chime in about the cake, and George can vote for cake also. Okay. Um, all right. So now that we've got this going, we're going to jump back out to the main screen. And now from here, if we ask the AI assistant who is coming to the party, oh, it's actually not tonight. But I don't think that that should matter. I think it should just recognize who is coming to the party. We'll see what we get. We should get an aggregated RSVP across multiple conversations. And indeed, we do. So you can see here it's 85% confident now. Found information in two conversations. John Adams is coming to the party. John Tyler cannot make it. Thomas Jefferson's attendance is not explicitly stated in that thread. From here, Thomas Jefferson is coming to the party, so it is pulling from multiple conversations, aggregating the RSVPs, and providing that supporting evidence. And lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to ask for a summary. Oh, I think we need to go into the conversation. Yeah, so we're going to jump into our thread again, and then we're going to ask for a summary of this conversation. And it's going to pull out some key points for us, and it should kind of, give us a little information around who's taking on what responsibilities and all of that. So beautiful weather, who's confirmed, yada yada. John Tyler. Overall, the group is excited with plans for decorations, activities being discussed. Great. And depending, the more that we add into there, the more it'll pull out certain things. If just anything that we throw into there, we'll start to get more information back about who's taking care of what for this party. Alrighty, and so I think that's, oh, of course. And so, in order to actually show the calendar invite, so we do have this still. If we go ahead and say something a little more specific, like, hey Thomas, do you want to get together this afternoon for tea at 3 p.m. at the White House? Let's go ahead and send that off. And now we should receive a calendar response. I don't know. I'm surprised that that's not doing it. I wouldn't expect to need something more specific than that, but maybe it does. Let's go ahead and see if we give it something really, really specific. Where is it at? Oh, no, I've lost my threads. Let's see. Where is the Italian restaurant? Oh, yeah. Okay. Italian restaurant. So many threads, so many logs. There we go. Oh, okay. Here, this one ought to do us. So I'm surprised. We'll see if this one works. Maybe it just doesn't recognize some part of the White House being an applicable place. But let's try this one instead. Meet tomorrow at 3 p.m. for coffee at the Starbucks downtown. Yep. So weird. Okay, so there it goes. Okay, so some kind of a delay there. Not exactly sure why it pulled that on the second time round, but as you can see, there it is. It does give us that calendar invite for tea at the White House at the proposed time, 3 p.m. And yeah, I think I guess it's pulling. This is probably it's pulling from yesterday's date. Maybe the server time is still kind of a little bit delayed, and so it's thinking that this afternoon is actually Sunday, October 26th. All right, I think that ought to do it for most of our features. Of course, offline. So we'll go ahead and over here, I have to do that on the phone. I will disconnect. We're going to go into airplane mode, disconnect the Wi-Fi. We get our no internet connection badge, and we can say something to this chat. You know, looking forward to joining next time. And we'll go ahead and send that. And as soon as you can see there's nothing coming through here and here. And once we jump back online and reconnect the Wi-Fi, we should see that message propagate through. And indeed, there it does. So I think that is most of the features that we've got to demo that are new since last time. Thanks for watching and have a good night.